The Book of Bellifortis, Secrets of the Vatican Library. This book, by Conrad Kaiser, the great military historian and the secrets of Alexander the Great, covers ancient Greek mysteries, as well as the crusade against the Ottomans, the invention of the bladed tank, and the cannon in the Middle Ages. It is now preserved in the Bavarian State Library and the Vatican Apostolic Library in Italy. Conrad Kaiser wrote this work before 1402 AD at the court of King Wenzel in Prague after participating in the Crusades led by King Sigismund of Hungary against the Ottomans in 1394 AD, which he accuses Sigismund of in his book Bellifortis. It is likely that he was also in Italy, specifically in Padua, where he was exposed to a new culture of non-fiction illustrated books, citing some ancient models. Before his death, Kaiser himself edited an edition of 7 chapters. The devices described are not always technically accurate. However, in the devices for which Kaiser is most famous, the exhibits are distinguished in part by an exceptional richness of detail, and for the first time, some devices appear in Kaiser's own handwriting. This includes the first clear medieval depiction of the Archimedes screw and the oldest known drawing of a chastity belt. Some also describe impractical proposals or fantastical-looking devices attributed to the world of utopia. In keeping with the humanistic understanding of natural science in the late Middle Ages, with which Kaiser was familiar as a physician, he also incorporated alchemical and astrological themes into his Bellifortis. Kaiser, in particular, used astronomical visual content, such as planetary images of the Sun, Mars, Jupiter, and Venus, or symbolic images of the 4 elements, fire, water, air, and earth, to emphasize the universality of his work. In his Bellifortis, Kaiser pays particular attention to Alexander the Great, to whom he attributes mythical powers. In Bellifortis prints, he is often depicted riding a horse or carrying a missile-like object bearing the mysterious inscription Maovaton, or Mauvagon. This interpretation is rooted in medieval mythology. A young man wears the victory spearhead Maovaton from Alexander the Great's flag spear, Almirio. Alexander threw the spear in 334 BC in Asia, before entering it. This throw is interpreted as a sign of victory. Furthermore, the spearhead is painted with brown markings, and figures are drawn on the soldier's palms. The oldest known specimen, dating from 1402 AD, is now preserved in Göttingen and bears the title Göttingen 4-Degree Code, Miss Philosophy 64A. Around 1405, he produced another magnificent manuscript, richly illustrated, in collaboration with the royal court painters near the so-called workshop, now located in Wenzel's Göttingen 2-Degree Code. Miss Philosophy 63. The initial 10-chapter design was modified around 1410 in favor of a 7-chapter version, received as the earliest version in the manuscripts of the Rom Code, Pal Latin 1994 and Chantilly M 348. This version continued mainly in Alsace, Strasbourg, and Haguenau after the Kaiser's death. A new 7-chapter version may have been prepared in the Upper Rhine or Swabia around 1425. They also began to supplement the material with other texts and to adapt the work more closely for practical use by treasurers and military personnel. The Bellifortis primarily summarizes handcrafted war machines and equipment, which the author knew from ancient texts or from personal experience. The Bellifortis was preceded by works such as Vegetus's De Warver, 5th edition, or Sextus Julius Frontinus's Mathematics of Strategy, 1st century. The Book of Bellifortis presents a series of separate warfare topics that Kaiser adopted as a division from ancient literature: field battle, siege warfare, defensive warfare, and naval warfare. In the first edition, consisting of 10 chapters, the order was as follows: 1. Field battle, 2. Siege, 3. Water technology, 4. Climbing equipment, 5. Mechanical firearms, 6. Defense, 7. Flaming torches, fireworks, 9. Thermal technology,